Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my next Focus On video, the magic spell in Winterwish. Could this be the resurgence of magic? So in Winterwish, the scene where they're flying through the snowstorm and everything is terrible, we're all doomed! They're all freaking out and they're like, okay, we need to find a way to calm down because freaking out isn't helping. In a real emergency, freaking out and panicking is basically deadly. So trying to keep calm is actually something worthwhile, but at the same time, positive thinking isn't going to be enough to get us out of this. So yeah, when every pony is like, okay, everyone focus on the fancy smancy gates of Zephyr Heights and everything being okay, I was like, I don't think this is really going to help us all that much. But it appears that maybe it actually did. Because just like the unicorns were casting this snow spell without realizing it, I think that Izzy was casting a spell without realizing it either. So, Make Your Mark has essentially set itself out to learn about magic, and in a lot of ways, how does it work? Winterwish seems to be briefly touching upon how do you actually cast spells? How does that work? Is it like an incantation like it is in Harry Potter, like Wingardium Leviosa? Or is it, you know, imagine this or picture this? And Winterwish is kind of suggesting both. Frosty Shivers is kind of like an incantation, but it's not like, you know, one of those like fancy smancy incantations from something like Harry Potter. It's like where it's not actually using, like, I'd call it real words. This is like, you know, Frosty Shivers. It's like, okay, that seems to be an odd thing to say, but it doesn't sound like a magic spell, and perhaps that was kind of the intention here. Because yeah, they're supposed to be casting the spell without realizing they're casting the spell. But also at the same time, this whole thing with Izzy and the mare stream flying through the snowstorm sort of indicates that, you know, it's a little bit also of, if you focus on what you're trying to accomplish, it will happen. Because it seems like what happens is that, yeah, all the main five are focusing on what they want to happen, which is to get to Zephyr Heights safely, and Izzy's and the Lantern's magic kind of combine to sort of make that happen, to sort of almost in a way strengthen the mare stream so that it can fly through this snowstorm. So, there was an episode of Friendship is Magic where Starlight Glimmer is trying to teach Trixie how to do the teleportation spell, and at one point she says, okay, you have to focus on the object. Unfortunately, that's as far as this lesson got because Trixie cast the spell before Starlight Glimmer actually tells her to, and it all goes horribly wrong. But fortunately, they do manage to fix it in the end, and even the spell that Twilight Fixes and Magical Mystery Cure, it's really more like a phrase or a sentence to say. So yeah, it's not like these magical incantations that you hear in like other series and fantasy stuff. So part of it almost feels like it's kind of an incantation, but it also feels like it's also kind of focusing on what is it that you want to accomplish. Because also in Winterwish, what happens is that Izzy is sad because they're trying to find the mare stream, but it's buried under snow and they don't even know which pile of the mare stream is under. And I just wish that we could make it back to Maritime Bay in time to see the wishing star. And then the lantern kind of like springs to life and, you know, basically makes all that happen. So, Zip says, oh, it's a magical miracle. No. It's a wish! So in that situation, Izzy's not casting a spell. She's sort of like focusing on the thing that she wants to happen, and then magic is making it happen. So I almost feel like that is almost in a way the main thing of how magic kind of works. That would explain things like the levitation spell that like every unicorn knows and every unicorn somehow has all of a sudden learned how to do. There was no incantation or anything they had to recite. It's more like they just focus on the object that they want to levitate, and it just levitates the way they want it to. So like the spells, in some ways, they may be more like trying to focus your mind on what you want to happen. Like you say, Frosty Shivers. Oh, that makes you think that you're cold. So, oh, maybe that puts your mind into cold, snow, and that's sort of what makes the magic work. So, interesting. But the one thing I know for certain is that while positive thinking is great and it can get you through bad situations like this, it was definitely not the only thing that got them through this, and I look forward to learning more about magic, how it works, and seeing where they go with all of this. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.